Football is a lucrative industry, but lavish expenditure is not always a recipe for success. In the present day, clubs are more eager than ever to spend big money in their desperate search for hardware. Yet quality players have repeatedly shown themselves to be unable to live up to their high transfer fees. As we'll show in this video, a lot of the largest moves in history have turned out to be extremely costly errors. 1. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, transfer from Inter to Barcelona. He is an absolute legend of the game, as Zlatan Ibrahimovic would be the first to tell you.
Questo è il momento dimostrarlo, che vedete me.
One of the worst business decisions ever made, though, was his relocation to Barcelona. You should keep in mind that the Blaugrana not only paid Inter 69.5 million for Ibrahimovic, but they also gave up 2009 Champions League champion Samuel Eto'o, who helped the Nerazzurri win the treble after defeating Barca in the semi-finals. By that point, the Swedes' relationship with then Barcelona manager Pep Guardiola had completely collapsed, with Ibrahimovic accusing the Catalan of possessing no balls and shitting himself in front of his old boss Jose Mourinho. The late Mino Raiola, the striker's agent, called Guardiola a coward and even attacked him before the 2012 Champions League final. Although Ibrahimovic did score 21 goals in all competitions, this is undoubtedly the greatest personality clash in football history. 2. Ricardo Kaka, transfer from AC Milan to Real Madrid. The last footballer to defeat Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo for the Ballon d'Or trophy was the absolute diamond, along with Luka Modric in 2018 and Karim Benzema in 2022. He provided some incredible performances that helped Milan win the Champions League. Kaka joined Real Madrid in 2009 and paid £56 million to do so. However, he was plagued by several chronic injuries throughout his stay at Santiago Bernabeu, therefore he was unable to fully realize his lofty goals. Kaka returned to Milan in 2013 after a failed stint with Real, but despite all this, he never quite regained the form he had when playing for AC Milan. 3. Eden Hazard, transfer from Chelsea to Real Madrid. Eden Hazard's deal to Real Madrid, which had been in the works for 10 years, looked hopeless the moment the winger showed up overweight for pre-season practice. To be fair to the Belgian, he was also incredibly unlucky with ailments, enjoying a nearly injury-free period throughout his stay at Chelsea. Even though he was able to string together a few victories in Spain, he still came out as a pretty shoddy replica of the guy who had dominated the Premier League for 7 years. Although Hazard has won numerous prestigious awards, including the Champions League, he contributed about as much to Real Madrid's 2021-22 victory as Gareth Bale did. The fact that he will now go from Santiago Bernabeu without ever having participated in a single Clásico minute tells you everything you need to know about the worst acquisition in Real's history. 4. Philippe Coutinho, transfer from Liverpool to Barcelona. The worst transfer in Barcelona's history, but one of the most significant in Liverpool's. The Blaugrana agreed to spend £120 for a player that they genuinely didn't need, plus 40 in potential bonuses. Was he a midfielder, an attacker, or a hybrid? Even though Josep Maria Bartomeu had no idea, he made a special effort to sign the Brazilian. His 2 goals against the Catalans in 2020 while on loan to Bayern Munich were his most noteworthy accomplishment throughout his 4 years at Barca. As they frantically tried to regain some financial stability at Camp Nou after very nearly going bankrupt under Bartomeu, they allowed Coutinho to join Aston Villa for just £20 million in 2022. This was after years of unsuccessfully trying to sell Coutinho. 5. Harry Maguire, transfer from Leicester City to Manchester United. An effective Premier League defender is Harry Maguire. He demonstrated this in Leicester. Keep in mind that Pep Guardiola wanted to hire him in 2019. Maguire asserts that he went with United instead, but Manchester City balked at the cost. Simply put, they didn't think Maguire was worth a defender's world record transfer fee, and they were right. The hatred that Manchester United supporters have directed upon Maguire over the past 3 years has occasionally crossed the line, as the centre-back described it. There is no disputing, though, that his time at Old Trafford has been a painful disappointment, and the decision to name him club captain has been made to look absurd by a string of disgraceful performances and meme-worthy errors. As if you needed a reminder, United spent £80 million on Maguire. When they unavoidably sell him this summer, they won't even earn half that amount. Despite considerable changes, the market has been in existence for more than a century, with teams paying defined rates for the hire of footballers like how goods are traded on the open market. Which transfers do you believe to be the worst? Please share with us in the comments.